I don't need to go viral, do I? I don't need to always have a take. I need a quiet life. No matter when you're watching this, you'll likely have heard about some viral drama. A CEO and head of HR got caught having an affair on the kiss cam at a Coldplay concert. Or can you believe he got fired from his own show? The Epstein file exists, or it doesn't exist. Or it once existed, but now it doesn't, but it used to not totally sort of kind of exist, but now it definitely isn't unexisting somewhere or nowhere all at once, and we should probably stop talking about it. People can't stop watching and reposting and laughing and evaluating for about a week, and then we move on to something else. I even felt my own strong pull to offer a hot take on the viral events going on while writing this video. But then I wondered, why do these stories capture our attention? Is it just entertainment? Is it moral superiority? Are we looking for distractions from our own lives? We live in this age of constant content. We're caught up in a culture that tells us to be everywhere, comment on everything, and stay plugged in at all times. And to be honest, it's making me feel more anxious and more distracted and more empty than ever. And I don't know about you, but all that noise drowns out the real work of living well. There's this scripture passage from the New Testament in the Bible, 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 11 to 12, where the author, writing to Christians living in the busy city of Thessaloniki, says, "Make it your ambition to lead a quiet life. You should mind your own business and work with your hands just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders." Now, obviously, the community he was writing to, they weren't being distracted by social media scandals or scrolling for hours on end, dreaming of becoming an influencer. But they had distractions of their own. Thessaloniki was a metropolis, a diverse city with strong allegiance to the Roman Empire and a wide array of religious practices and perspectives. It was also an economic hub, a place where a person could really make a life and a name for themselves. And then within the Christian community, there was this strong belief that Jesus was going to come back soon. And so some, ironically, preoccupied by their own spiritual beliefs, decided to not participate in the economy. They gave up on working altogether. I mean, why bother? Jesus was going to come back soon. And as a result, they forced the rest of the community to bear the burden of funding their lives. You see, whether it was the political circus or personal economic ambition or preoccupation with spiritual beliefs and apocalyptic conjecture, there was plenty to be distracted by. So Paul, the author, gives this insanely grounded instruction to them. Make it your ambition to live a quiet life. This isn't passive, it's a pursuit. Which is interesting, because I'm often tempted to think that a quiet life is what you get if you don't have ambition. A quiet life is one that you have to settle for. A quiet life is for people who gave up on their dreams. But right now, it's starting to seem like a quiet life requires ambition to me. It requires agency and effort. It's not passive. It's a pursuit. It's a battle. There's so much that you'll have to contend with and ignore. There's so much that you'll have to fend off. There's so much that you'll have to protect and guard and keep from letting in. Even as I write the script for this video, my phone is screaming my name to take some time to distract myself. It takes ambition to lead a quiet life. Not a flashy life, not a viral life, but a grounded life. A life that doesn't draw attention to itself, that's not overloaded with activity, that's not burdened by the tremendous demands that go with satisfying the opinions of a whole bunch of people that you'll never meet. I heard somebody say once that it was best if you could try to be famous at home. A friend of mine told me recently that that's kind of how she saw her dad. She was so proud of the way that he operated. She never really found out until she was older that he was actually an award-winning leader in his industry, respected across the country and internationally. But to her and her siblings, he was just dad. He went to their sporting events. He ate dinner at the table with them every night. Nothing flashy. He was famous at home. But that kind of life requires ambition. It requires focus, which is why Paul says, mind your own business. Stay focused. Stay faithful to the little things. The original rendering of that phrase in Greek is tend to your own. It doesn't mean to isolate or completely ignore others. It means take radical responsibility for your own sphere, your own people, your own purpose, your own part. Are you clear on what it is that you're responsible for in your own small corner of the world? I find it so tempting to feel like I have to be up on everything and have to have an informed opinion on everything and have to have some sort of insightful take on everything. If you feel like I do, let me say to both of us, we don't. You don't have to have an opinion. You don't have to have a hot take. It's enough for you to tend to your own. Focus on your responsibilities. Focus on your small corner of the world. And that takes effort. It requires ambition. And speaking of ambition, work with your hands. The point here is not to do some kind of manual labor. The point here is to contribute something to the world that fills a real need. It could be manual labor, it could be intellectual labor, it could be emotional support labor, but make it your ambition to do something relevant and real that serves the larger community in which you find yourself. Whether it's stacking fruit, or collecting trash, or coaching teams, or presiding over the company, find a way to contribute something meaningful and helpful. And the result of living this way, according to Paul, is that your daily life can win the respect of others. Living this way is actually radical, and it's deeply attractive. I kind of wonder if it's what drew people to Jesus too. I mean, Jesus didn't spend his time chasing headlines. He didn't care about building a platform. Instead, he literally ran from the spotlight at times. When people wanted to make him king, he hightailed it out of there. He much preferred to just walk with people, eat at a table with them, heal them, and teach them. He disappeared from the crowds to pray, and by minding his corner of the world, he changed the whole thing. So I wonder, what would a quiet life look like for you? How might you unplug from the drama that doesn't concern you? Refuse to chase fame or attention. Focus on the work that's in front of you. Be faithful in your immediate relationships, or stay rooted in your values. You see, a quiet life isn't small, it's quite substantial. And it can be so peaceful. So, if you're tired of the noise, if you feel spiritually scattered, maybe it's time to reclaim the beauty of a quiet life. This isn't a retreat from meaning, it's a path to it. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like this video. Join the email list if you want to be part of a digital community that understands your spiritual journey and wants to support your faith life, regardless of your church attendance. We also put out daily reflective readings and prayers, a weekly live stream where we practice the faith together, and a teaching video every weekend to help you understand and practice. Again, if you don't want to miss out on that, join the email list. And if you're looking for more customized, personalized help when it comes to your faith journey, throw a wave emoji in the comments and we can get in touch. I'd be happy to sit down with you one-on-one. We'll see you next time.